Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video I wanted to focus on one stock in particular, which is the Nokia stock, and have a little look at my portfolio as well. I've got my phone here as well, and just to show how different my portfolio is looking in terms of value in just a week, which is because of a few reasons really, which I will point out. But yeah, if you want to stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget, in my description there is a link there for you to get a free share on the Freetrade platform. And also I should point out, Freetrade have finally added live pricing as well. So as you're looking at the portfolio, I'll pop it up on the screen now, the price of each stock and the value of my portfolio as a whole changes live, which is obviously what you would expect. So happy days, they fixed that. So let's jump into my phone now. I'll put it on the screen. So the first thing I wanted to cover was the value of my portfolio now. So when I done the video, it was last week, I was up about 300 or so pounds. Now we're up 516, so I think about 200 pounds more or so, or maybe a bit less. Correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't actually go and look at the last value. And the main reason for this is at the top of my holdings, you'll see I hold over 1,000 in the digitalization fund. I hold over 1,000 in the US tech sector fund. I hold over 2,000 in the S&P 500. And again with the FTSE All World. So there's a lot of sort of like collateral within these, because stocks that are in each of these will be in some of the others as well. So I'm sort of double investing. So therefore I'm adversely affected by the negative impact on these funds really, and my portfolio. It doesn't really suffer, because the whole reason I'm doing this is to have sort of a safe foundation. And no one has been able to beat, no one has been able to outperform the market, not even Warren Buffett. So I think my money's pretty safe there. It's just sometimes it does swing in the wrong direction, but the overall trend and the long-term trajectory is going to carry my money in a better way than I could possibly invest it in singular stocks, which of course is actually more fun, and that's why I do that as well. But yeah, enough chatting rubbish. The main reason for this video, I wanted to take a look at my GIA account, so my general investment account. Got some absolute shockers in here. So basically, when I started on Freetrade, why do I always say trade? I can't even say it, Freetrade. When I started my portfolio, I had a GIA. And because I'm obviously investing quite a lot more now from my full-time job and other incomes, I'm saving around 1,500. And when I say other incomes, I don't have an OnlyFans or anything like that, don't worry. It makes sense for me to have an ISA essentially, but I've left the stocks in there which were massively in the red, because I didn't want to pull them out, because obviously you haven't lost the money unless you pull the stock out.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So you can see some of the shockers in here. Yeah, but the one I wanted to focus on is Nokia. And if we go to the Nokia stock, and when I purchased it, you'll see in the top left corner of the buy receipt ticket, contract note actually is what they call it, you'll see that I purchased it on the 1st of February. Now, if we look at the stock price in the last year of Nokia and go back to the 1st of February, this is very fiddly, especially on a phone. So I bought at, the stock price was rapidly declining. It shot up, you'll see, to $6.55. This was mainly owing to the whole Reddit pump and sort of dump meme stock. And that went crazy with AMC and GameStop as well. Nokia was sort of picked on as well and seen as the next biggest thing. I invested in it on the tail end of that when it was going back down. But when I bought in, it kept going back down, and I was like, oh bugger, I've lost. I mean, I didn't invest a huge amount of money in here, but I've originally put in £199. I can afford to do that. So to some people, that's a lot more. It's a fair amount of money. So I've been down. I think I've been down minus 40 odd percent. When did I? So I bought in at $4.83 a share. So you can see it went down over $1 from when I bought in, and I just held on to it to now. It's rocketing back up to well over. So we are now at 17.46% increase on my investment. Yeah, it's only £34, but that as a percentage return since February is pretty decent. Which the whole reason I'm saying this and bringing this up, it's because it's all about long-term investing. The reason I bought Nokia wasn't to capitalize on the meme hype, and I wasn't buying blind. I was really intrigued by the company's mission, and that's essentially to dominate the 5G market, which is only, it's ever expanding throughout the world now. It's the next level of mobile communications. They are against the likes of Ericsson and, sorry if I murder the pronunciation, but Huawei. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, by the way. Probably seriously wrong. But there's a lot of pressure on the Chinese 5G companies like Huawei from the US, from Europe as well, which is putting Nokia in a prominent position, and one recently ahead of Ericsson as well. Hopefully, Ericsson just doesn't sound right. It sounds like I'm talking about the football player, but I'm pretty sure that's what the company's called. Sony Ericsson, isn't it? Pretty sure I'm right. Pretty embarrassing if I'm wrong. But anyway, that's the whole reason that I invested into the stock, and I've held on to it all this time, and I don't plan on stopping now. Because they are winning contracts left, right and centre. And essentially, I believe that they are going to be one of the big hitters in the 5G market, which I think the full sort of benefit on the stock price is only going to be realised when the full rollout is in full swing, which is probably not going to be until 2022. They're at a stage where they're winning contracts, but they're not actually installing the infrastructure worldwide yet. They are in some places, of course, but it's not in full capacity is what I'm saying. And look at the share price, we're up 17%. So then again, like I do want to say is all the research that I'd done with Nokia is I was almost Googling positive statements about the stock price. And I feel as though like I do this sometimes, and it's I think it's what's known as like confirmation bias, and I think it's what some people need to be cautious of, is to do full rounded research, look at the negatives and really delve into it as well. Of course, I did delve into the negatives of investing in the Nokia stock, which is I'm basing the entirety of this investment on a fundamental hunch of the market, hence why I haven't gone in like with thousands of pounds like I have done in the diversified funds, where it's very low risk. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to focus on that really, and to just show you just to hold on to your investments, even though they go into the red. There's there's light at the end of the tunnel, really. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on now, and we can go back to my other portfolio, which is my stocks and shares ISA. And yeah, you can see here I have a scroll through, so if you just want to pause or slow the video down, you can see what my stocks are doing now compared to the previous week. As I mentioned in the last video, Vertex, absolute bane of my portfolio, alongside Coinbase as well, which of course, and Ceres Power and Nikola, which were all stocks I invested into because of FOMO and not because I'd researched them. So that goes to show that research your stocks, kids, basically. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching the video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section, are you invested in Nokia? What do you think about the long-term prospect of the stock? And I could do with a hand, really. With these videos, what would you like to see in the future? Because I'm very conscious of the fact that I'm literally just showcasing my portfolio. Is it that you want to see more in-depth videos like I did at the beginning of investing into individual stocks and saying why? The reason why I've slowed down with those types of videos is because I made quite a few, gave the fundamental reasons for investing into stocks. But I can't do that every week. I'm not going to invest into a couple of new stocks every week. But I just feel like these stock portfolio updates are a bit sort of mundane, you know what I mean? I just want to make it more exciting, really, and find something that people like watching. But hey, people might like watching me chat shit and look through my portfolio. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, cheers.